Hey everyone, it's December 24th, Christmas Eve day. So I decided to play some of the Mechabellum tournament that was running today. I was able to place first after a couple of tough games. I wasn't streaming, so I wanted to just go through some of the replays just to watch the games play out and then see what things I can improve. Because my first two games, I was able to sweep the opponent with perfect victories. They weren't able to damage my HP bar at all, but I did have a little bit of trouble in my third game and my fourth game. It's quite challenging two games where I had to stabilize my board and then try to make a comeback. So yeah, I'm just gonna hop into it, play the replays, and watch and maybe do a little bit of commentary. Keep in mind this is like the rookie tournament, so MMR was between like 600 and 900. So anything that I go over here is probably just a lot of newbie plays, mistakes on both sides, that sort of thing. But let's just jump into it. So hey, I got the champion reward for finishing first. Cool. There's another tournament for the Americas region coming up in 4 hours. So I kind of want to play in that too. I've been having a lot of fun with this game. So replays. Yeah, so my first game here was with Aaron. Pop in my headphones so I can actually hear something. First game here was with Aaron. I believe I picked Marksman Specialist. I just wanted the Sabertooth and the Hounds. I've been having a little bit of trouble playing Steel Ball, even though I like Steel Ball as a unit. I've been finding that my opponents have been finding good responses to my Steel Ball plays. So I did go for the Sabertooth for the super range here, Hound for more beefy chaff frontline. My plan here was to just keep building up my chaff board around and then build around my long range high damage units, right? So I have 2 marksmen here. I'm going to get another marksman when that drops, and then my 2 Sabertooth is going to be enough to just dish out a lot of damage no matter what kind of unit my opponent plays. I feel like as long as I put up enough chaff, I'm going to have a good time. My placement here is pretty moderately aggressive, I would say. I was originally thinking like to play super aggressive against the line, but given that my units have long range, like Marksman, Sabertooth, I pulled it back a bit, set it up to make sure that the enemy would walk into my mini turret, and then my Hounds would walk up in front of the Sabertooth to do a lot of tanking. So you see all my Hounds are gone, but my DPS is still online. Oh, there's 2 Hounds alive, so not all the Hounds are like that. Let's do quick deploy and I'm gonna speed through these early games. So in terms of cards, picked up the shield airdrop, and then I held on to it, I think. I I didn't feel like I needed it to win this round. And then you saw on the left side, I placed units here, crawlers, to attack the open base. Because I felt like my units on the right side of the board were strong enough that I didn't have to reinforce any of it. So you see, I won that engagement into a shield, which shows you how much DPS output my units are doing versus him. Left side, he responds with great. Right side just lost me that line. I did put my shield down, so I did protect a lot of my hounds from dying in that engagement. So a lot of hounds left over. I had the Farseer drop, and this Farseer won me the round. So I got the Farseer drop, I placed it around the center of the board, which protected it from all the damage on the right and the left. So nuke comes out. Let's slow this down a bit. The nuke card comes out. How come I can't see the cards? I got efficient giant manufacturing on my side. This is weird that I can't see that. Anyway, so the nuke comes out. I do drop a shield to protect against the nuke. I think I only did one shield on two. I also buffed up fortified my tower in the back to prevent the Wraith from taking it. And here I want to protect my core units. So my most important units are going to be these two marksmen, because he's playing a very aggressive flank here. I start reinforcing this line against the flank. You can see he's doing crawlers. I'm putting out crawlers to ahead of my marksmen, placing Mustangs behind. And this round I'm less invested in my Farseer because I am building a board of Mustangs. So as long as my Mustangs survive, I will have anti-air, even if the nukes it. So I was able to afford one shield here, which helped tank all this loss of damage. You see that? The shield falls right before the nuke drops, so I did lose a marksman. But all my units moved to the right here. My turret hasn't fallen yet, which is great. And I'm able to win this whole engagement based off having that shield, protecting my core army against the lane and the flank. And the shield ended up not being a counter to the nuke, because the nuke spell just takes so long to drop that you get your armies to fight, right? You get to have a fight before the nuke finally comes down. So basically we're able to win the fight before the nuke gets dropped. And then basically I'm left with a few Mustangs and a marksman, which wins against his one side lane Wraith. Okay, and we're looking to close the game out. So I did, past few rounds, I think I did 2 loans here to just have credit advantage against the enemy team. His cooldown on the shield is up, so he has the ability again. You can see he's placing sentries to try to take out my shaft. I do know that he's going to be super aggressive again on this side, so I'm continuing to reinforce this. Not really worried about the left side here. We have crawlers delaying his wraith, whatever. I'm starting to get economic damage. So we played the sentry that hit the crawlers in the front, but didn't hurt my marksman. If I really wanted to win disengagement really strongly, a shield would have saved everything. Because you noticed last round when that shield tanked up, taking so much damage. If I played another shield, it would have been a really good value shield. So I see portable shield come out here as an item. I play Vulcan to wipe out the crawler front line that he's having. Start spending all my money. Put some crawlers right in front. I put a sentry missile here so that when his rhino moves up, the missile is going to fire. It's not significant damage, but any little bit of damage is going to help against his buff. So I do feel like my flank could be a little bit stronger. Sentry missile was a waste of gold. If I were able to find money for a shield, it would have been really nice. Second game, let's see what I picked. I think I picked Speed Specialist. The chaff. So we have chaff clear tarantula. We have fangs. We have these nice fangs as our chaff units, decent range. And the speed of all these units are around the same, so we can play them together. So fang, tarantula, and marksman are going to be a fairly good combination in terms of having a core group of units that move at roughly the same speed so they can keep up with one another. So my opponent had some weird strategy going on, pulling out like the fortress round 1, and you'll see how this fares. He has a fortress, he's playing all his units together. We're trying to avoid this magnetic barricade on the right side. And then plays straight into the tower cannon. So his fire badgers fall from that. Oh, I did take 2 damage. So it wasn't a perfect game. Right, so his first round surprised me a little bit. I had some things go to the right. He basically won the marksman war at the end because of some targeting on his side. Where my marksmen staggered their shots inefficiently and locked on to the same target. So how do I respond to a level 1 fortress or round 1 fortress? I basically buy more marksmen. I put a sentry here to do some damage. It did minimal damage. And the fire badges ran out anyway with this cannon. but I was kind of worried about him placing extra chaff in front. So even if the sentry was wasted, it was to counter a potential chaff gun in the front that would delay my marksmen's firing their shots. Right? If you put crawlers in front, all my marksmen would start shooting the crawlers instead of the main threats. So he switches to aerial chaff unit, the wasps here, which is not the best idea, because I already ready. So since he's walking all his things and marksmen, they do get melted. I played a Rhino in the back. I think it was from the card. Yeah, I played a Rhino card in the back corner. And then here, I pick up the crazy crawler drop. So that dropped a bunch of fires. And I'm just gonna start building out my chaff. And then building up Mustangs, because it looks like he's going a bunch of wasps, right? So I know all my units here are going to defeat this one singular fortress. So my plan was to just balance out the chaff war. Mustangs on the left side. I already had a pretty strong army building up in the middle. So I was borrowing money as well, so it's coming up with the last rounds. Borrow a lot of money, as many Mustangs as I can. See the end of the match here very quickly. I play Mustang here. Just in case there's one left side, I can walk out. His second just comes out. Or was it a healing Vulcan? Anyway, his second giant comes out. It's not good and it's not helpful. We just melt through everything. Alright, so this game's against the witch. Fire Badger Crawler on the Fire Badger Specialist. I came into it thinking that the Fire Badger Techs would be good against swarm units, right? So in any general use case of this Fire Badger Tech, I could use Scorching Charge and use them to detonate the enemy front line or back line, right? So I did pick up Fire Badgers with that idea in mind. I played left side with the crawlers going into the anti-armor cannon and the marksman close to the front. I feel like this was a weak opening because I did lose a lot to the anti-armor cannon, and he had the advantage with arc light. So this guy started playing a lot of really strong arc lights that were able to take out my crawler front line. So you can see my crawler is already tanking. All the damage. My badgers are starting to put damage down on the enemy, but that arc light was tanking 4,000 HP. It's tanking everything. Once the arc light goes down, now my fire badgers are able to do the damage on the Mustang. And my marksman couldn't get a lock on the arc light because it was all on the left side. All my marksmen were focused on the center of the board, and the Mustangs came around in front of the arc light. And so on the right side, he also won his engagement on the right against the tower, against the turret. With arc light, a few of his Mustangs, like 4 of them, went over to the right side. I'm kind of surprised on that timing that he had with his Mustangs going to the right. This round I completely lost. He started playing, he got the Wasp card, played in the back line, and that just wiped my whole round. Because that's how I buff. Just made me lose the whole engagement. So I'm already on the back foot here. Losing to tech up Mustangs. He is short on deployments, I think, because he played no new units last round, which is a bit crazy. He's going for like the early wins. Luckily for me, his Mustangs this round. I'm still struggling because he's ahead on technology. Because the tech range, he's pulling the Scorpion to take out my fire badgers. You see that one Scorpion take out 2 fire badgers in 1 shot. And now we're focusing all the fight over here. So he's still just overwhelming the Mustangs. Now his Mustangs are able to level up. So both his Mustangs are going to hit level 2, which is going to be a nightmare for me. But I'm still building out Mustangs. I'm starting to build out Mustangs of my own. He hasn't gone mass Mustang, so I'm able to catch up here. My fire badgers, I played the tech Scorching Charge finally, because I feel like I have enough fire badgers on the board for it to actually be useful. So we got 5 armless, fire badgers, but they're getting shredded very quickly. You see these fire badgers are getting worn out. They're losing all their HP before they explode. So most of my fire badgers did not get the explosion, except for the end there, where I was able to swing into the center a little bit. Everything else, my fire badgers died. Or for the most part, fire badgers are getting deleted before they finally reach the explosion point. So that was unfortunate. But I think it was a needed tech to keep the pressure on his small units. So now that the tech is out, as long as I get enough chaff in front of my fire badgers, they should be able to do the Scorching Charge. But it's a big storm. I think I end up winning this engagement because I hit the storm just took out all of the units and I survived with marchment. And his main army was right here, pumped up. So he has a smaller army, all centered around this general area, and the storm just was able to complete everything. And he's starting to play a lot of wasps and aerial units, which means I'm just going to be playing more Mustangs. I picked up some color card here, played on the left side to push tower and push this singular scorpion here. My Stormcaller at 180, because he's not using siege mode. He only got range enhancement, so my Stormcaller's outranged this guy. So, and you're going to see I'm going to be able to take this early spikes. No ground movement. Once the artifacts are down, Scorching Charge back on just power. Pushing, take out all the wasps. Eventually pick up. Okay, and then now that the board is in my favor, I'm just able to there's a little gap here. I play more wasps and shield them up. The area exchange is making me if I do double the wasp shield makes things fire shot. So that's a good exchange. Gives my wasp a stronger body. And then again you saw that this tower is just exposed. So everything here on the left side, just walking straight towards this tower. This play at one point, but it's not. You see the Badgers just walk up. No defense here. And then everything gets melted on the right side. I will say these games were a little bit less interesting to play because they did I feel like they pushed me into just like mass Mustang strategy, which I don't really enjoy playing myself, because at that point I'm just trying to get as many, outnumber the enemy with Mustangs and then tech up the Mustangs, right? So the Mustang carry strategy is working, but I will say I don't plan to go Mustang carry in my games. It just turns out like, okay, if they're gonna play wasps a lot, I'm kind of forced to play a lot of cheap Mustangs on my board. So this is the championship match. It was a lot more challenging, I would say. I think my placement in the beginning lost me the first round. Is that the case? He's super aggressive on the left side and is able to take my tower in multiple occasions. This marksman tarantula combo is really strong. Like any chaff coming in will just get taken out by the tarantula, and then the marksman can push any long range threats. I did get intensive training, but I misplayed, didn't upgrade anything first round, so I was down a bit. Ran out of time there. But I do play all my units on the right. Hounds, Mustangs, Crawlers. So Crawlers coming out in front, tanking, but this Tarantula is being pretty huge. No, finally surround him, take him out, take him out. I don't remember how this plays out. Did I think I win the first round? Oh yeah, so this guy played a shield. He was very adamant on using consumables. So he spent a lot of credits on consumables, which put him at a board disadvantage later on in the later rounds. But he was able to win a lot of rounds in the early and mid game based on really good sentry placement, really good shield placement. Especially at a time when my board DPS wasn't high enough to take out the shields, right? So he picks up an arc light, starts playing a frontline arc light here. So here's his line of arc lights. He plays a sentry missile here on the right side, which unfortunately I think I walk into this trap. You'll see I place a marksman, I place a forward marksman here, and took the risk, and that guy just walked straight into the sentry, so he got 50 credits of value out of that. And then I play fire badgers in the middle, which later on you'll see he kept centering as well. So he kept putting a missile here just to take out, and he got a good value out of that. He got even more value out of the center because I was clumping up my units. Like I put my marksman right next to the badgers, and he was able to take out like 3 of these guys at once. I wanted him up, front closer to trade with this marksman on the left. So yeah, my marksman just died there. That marksman was supposed to take out the arc light. I'm able to get one arc light on the left. This arc light I wasn't able to snipe him, so it set my army back a lot. You can see the shield is only down to 50%, and I've already lost all my shaft. So that arc light trade with the sentry missile was really big. And I feel like I made a few mistakes here, but I wasn't able to take out the sentry I wasn't able to take out this shield bubble. So I know with this army I'm not going to be able to take out the shield bubble. I believe he sentries again, so I just leave my army open for him to continually sentry missile while I build out my board for the longer game, right? So I'm playing for rounds, I think I'm playing for rounds 5 and 6 at this point, because if this guy reinforces his bubble, his shield here on the right, and reinforces his army, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of resources here to overcome his army reinforcements and overcome this bubble, right? So instead of trying to take out the bubble this round, I just think about what I can do to get more army units out on my board that are going to be useful against Arclight, Marksman, Tarantula. He does play a Wraith, so yeah, of course he's going to reinforce this side of the board. And then he found the really good sentry here that completely wiped out 2 of my units. So I think a lot of the HP loss that I got from this match was really just because I was open. I was open on vulnerable right in the middle. And that's just really unfortunate. I can't play consumables to protect them because that's just not going to be enough to win the whole board. So I'm just focusing on getting useful units down on the board as much as possible until I can turn the game around with either techs or some big units. I think my game crashed in the middle of this match, so I had to relaunch the game and pick a card and just place random units on the board as quickly as possible. And you'll see how randomly placed it's gonna be. I was able to get a barrier, so again, thinking a few rounds ahead. This shootout here is going to be well served by having a barrier on my side. He's found a lot of success placing like a shield and just having that shield not get taken out for a while. So I did pick up the barrier and just holding it, waiting to get a giant. So I'm thinking now, okay, I'm gonna put up Mustangs on the board, get damage out. He doesn't have Mustangs. Eventually when I get ranged, these Mustangs are going to outrange the arc lights or match the range of the arc lights at least, but right now just power in numbers, right? So more Mustangs, more numbers. Every single target you just have to shoot like marking shoot one by one. I know who's doing that. Keep in mind, he has range tech on arc lights. They're level 2. He has the raids. He's gonna get the Typhoon. My fortress with the shield comes out. So, shield is gonna be good. He cannot sentry missile me anymore. I got a saber-tooth drop. I think the saber-tooth drop just literally helps me take out the shield. Because once this arc light's down, the other arc light under the shield is gonna take fire from this guy and 35,000 damage from a saber-tooth. We'll just wipe the shield. So I got a free drop there instead of having to buy a saber-tooth. And then this bubble here in the center, bubble here on the right. So we're gonna look to win this round, right? So I went all out. I have a resupply, attack enhancement, extra shield bubble here, protect my center units from a sentry. And I placed even more crawlers here up in front of these fire badgers, so that once they start moving ahead, these fire badgers don't die. Here's the crawlers in the back. I'm not right in front of the badgers. I give up on the left side. I'm gonna win the right side as much as I can. So those crawlers tank everything on the left. You can see both shields down. The saber-tooth is just wrecking his single units. Right? He doesn't have enough chaff to block all of the damage that I have. And we're just gonna win off these units. I'm not afraid of the air. I'm not afraid of the early units. I have enough of this thing. I think I'm gonna go just in case. get another barrier. So this is just really lucky. Really lucky drops. 2 barriers, meaning I can get shield damage without having to buy a 500 cost barrier. So that's saving 300 credits. And I can spend those 300 credits on what? Upgrading this fortress. I finally get a chance to use intensive training. Upgrade that dude. So now I don't have to buy a shield anymore, right? Just put my fortress here. I have 2 shields on the board. I'm going to continually get 2 shields every round. So if he's trying to catch up by dropping a little tiny shield over there, but it's not effective because I unfortunately have 6 shields. So we need to take the shield out. Over the wing. The wrong. I wanted to pick up. I wanted to pick up super collar on one of the other cards, but I accidentally clicked impact there. It's useful. Pop it here. He has a bunch of units here. Get them all. They slow down. Lose range on all these units, including rate. We're able to do this. And my fortress level 4 fortress, there's nothing yet to look at. So my intensive training comes in. I level them up to 3 and then intensive training 4. And it's just 3 HP. HP 20,000, 50,000, 60,000. This is equivalent of one of the fortresses, the level 4 fortress. Usually, I think I just put more walls on the board. See the plans show busy and the melting points are still busy. That's game. That was my 4 matches. There's my 4 matches. They got me a little mini tournament. Emblem. European region rookie group. So I finally won the rookie group. Super excited because I've been playing this game for the past few months, and just trying to figure out like how the units work, how counters work, how the whole strategy plays out over this game. This patch has been pretty fun. I'll say I'm struggling to play the units, struggling to play my favorite units, but Mustangs have been pretty strong. I'm seeing a lot more varied unit play, so it's been fun. I think aerial units, small aerial units, are still in a weak spot, so kind of unfortunate there, because I really liked Phoenixes. I think when I first tried the game, but the meta seems like it's in a pretty good place for now. I'm probably, since my MMR went up, I think the future tournaments I'm gonna play are probably gonna put me in the higher bracket, like the advanced groups, or the middle groups, in between the advanced one. Maybe I might be like coming up on the 900 MMR range soon. So I'm looking forward to playing more challenging people in my upcoming games. there is another tournament coming up in 3.5 hours. So I don't know if I'm gonna be here to play for that one, but I will try. I'll try to at least hop on to check it out. And that's it. I mean, I got a few good games in. I'm gonna go take a break and spend, Christmas holidays with family. We've got a couple of presents for my kid that are wrapped up under the Christmas tree, and she's gonna have a good time opening those up. All right, that's it for today's short stream. I might be back online later to play through some more Snake RX. I've been really enjoying that little arcade game. Like, the design is just really solid, a lot of very interesting mechanics and depth to it. I had a really good run where I made it to like stage 88 or 89, something like that. I was trying to get to stage 100 with a group of enchanters and sorcerers. But they weren't able to tank a lot of the damage, so I lost that run. So I've been doing New Game Plus runs now, because there's an achievement here for New Game Plus. It's a New Game Plus 5 challenge, and I'm trying out a lot of the different factions. So my latest run, I believe I'm playing a bunch of mages. I'm playing a bunch of mages and merchants. Or did I sell out of my merchants? Yeah, anyway, gonna be playing a little more of that. Gonna try to get up to the New Game Plus 5 challenge. Alright, that's it for today. I'll see you guys online.